Okay, so the next idea is you have a faction that's gone horde, and they're moving in. They're moving south from the north. They approach you. They send out a envoy. Envoy says, "Hey, we are a poor, desperate people. We've lost our home. We're actually very interested in joining your strong faction and adding what we have to you." Um, and I want to say that for like a rebel faction, that could be an option that you could attack them and uh, let's say weaken them, overwhelm them, or push them out of this land. It's up to you to decide if you want to destroy them completely or just let the people run away and flee. That'll have an effect on your commanders and your factions, uh, various values. So if you're approached by a rebel faction that's gone horde, and they say, "Hey, we're really poor and desperate. We don't have we don't we want a new place to live. We're willing to submit our authority to you guys, our sovereignty to you guys, and let you guys rule us." So I could say then, okay, why don't you guys come to this county right here, which is empty, which is not being used, and settle there. That way, I now have a new city or a large community that's going to develop here, generate income for me, and add new units and populations to that I can have access to. So ultimately, it's the various populations that are going to make up your military, and based on those, that's going to determine how much or what you can do combat-wise. Because you may expend, like you'll lose all your soldiers, and you won't have the population pool to draw upon. So that's where inviting in outsiders to join you would possibly, would be a good option to have, because if let's say these guys were very much horse orientated, I used up all the horse or all my horse units from this unit, and it's going to take a while for a new unit to populate. Um, this unit or this horde faction that comes in and moves in, they have horse. And so I say, hey, why don't you guys join me, because I could use some more horse units. Um, and so that's one way they can go about it. But I think that would really add to the replayability of the game as well, because then you can really start messing around with the map demographics. And then not to forget religion, because how you treat the various religions would have a significant impact as well. Because let's say your province goes Christian, this province remains pagan, or your province, provincial capital, and your faction goes Christian, this faction decides to go pagan, they could rebel, or they could slowly be won over, or who knows what. So that's where sending a priest to convert the population would probably help. But one of the results, though, could be that part of this population will become displeased and turn rebel. And so you could have, in this area, a rebel army appear and cause problems. Something else to note is that, so based on this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. The rest is empty land that's under my control. So I could have forts, I could have whatever in any of these locations. And the forts are not limited to just, crossroad or where a city would be. So I could put a fort, if there's enemies in this direction, block them there, maybe build another fort there to protect this capital, and the same over here. Just build little forts wherever the enemy could come through, and keep them away. And So that's a whole another story.